Hi, welcome to SCW, the wrestling channel here on YouTube.com. Thank you for choosing the channel and choosing the video subscribe. But right now, leave any comments in the comment section, like and share the video, hit the bell on top for updates for every video that is uploaded on this channel. Now, this is an update on Drew Galloway, Matt Hardy, and Jeff Hardy, as I've had a premonition from WrestleZone.com. Now, according to PW Insider, those three athletes have yet to sign new deals with TNA. Now, Impact Wrestling have been trying to lock all three talents into new long-term deals, while the feeling is all three talents are likely to re-sign with Impact. It has yet to happen. Also in TNA news, Dixie Carter has officially left TNA offices in Nashville and is no longer part of the TNA decision-making process. Her husband, Serge Salinas, is also gone from the company, and his LinkedIn profile notes that he is now working on as general manager of Trifecta Entertainment and Texville Tunes Music Publishing in Nashville, Tennessee. This was the company Dixie Carter ran before she took over TNA. As well as this, Jeff Jarrett, who at the last word was working as an executive consultant for Impact, is rumoured to become an executive producer for the company, replacing John Garberick. Now, that does not mean, however, that Garberick is leaving TNA, as he reportedly is reconstructing his TNA deal so he can stay with the company. Now, also, Dutch Mantell has officially joined the TNA creative team, which also consists of Matt Conway, John Garberick, and Madison Rain. So that's all the news for you there in one upload. So let's get my thoughts on it then, shall we? First and foremost, I think it's dire need for TNA, or Impact Wrestling, shall I say, to re-sign those three talents. Drew Galloway, Matt Hardy, and Jeff Hardy are a big deal with Impact, and to lose all three of them in one fell swoop would be a massive blow to the company. I do think that Impact is lacking a bit of star power, and I must admit I have enjoyed watching Impact over the last 12 months. I think that it comes down to a lot of the new creative direction, which I will come to in a minute, which I think is better. There has been a change in that direction, but to see the broken brilliance disappear from Impact, I think would turn away a lot of viewership. Of course, Matt and Jeff really have brought a lot of eyes back onto Impact, and Drew Galloway, a very hard worker, a very talented worker as well. You could see them all going back to WWE if it wasn't to work out. I mean, particularly if you believe the rumours in the rumour mill, WWE are interested in having Matt and Jeff Hardy back on WWE. And of course, it is a kind of a dream for people to see the broken brilliance of Matt Hardy in a rivalry with, say, a Bray Wyatt. I think a lot of people would be in favour of that. Even perhaps the Hardys against the Wyatt family, although I'm not sure how much longer the Wyatt family is going to survive now if you're actually keeping up to current WWE. But of course, Drew Galloway, where would he fit in if he did go back? I would personally see him in NXT. I think that would be a great place for him, almost like a rebirth for Galloway if he was to go back to WWE. But it's yet to be seen. Of course, it is saying here that it is likely they will all re-sign with the company, but it is yet to happen. Of course, the longer it's left, the more worry is, will it or won't it? So we'll have to wait and see if it does develop, and I think it'll be a big boost if Impact Wrestling can sign all three talents down to new long-term contracts. Now, moving on to Dixie Carter, I'm personally glad that she's no longer involved with the creative decision-making process now within Impact Wrestling. I just don't think it's ever really worked out. I feel that the company's always been a bit of a downslide since she's been involved instead of Jeff Jarrett, if you're asking me personally. I even took a long break from watching Impact when it was under the TNA banner when Carter was involved. It just didn't really grip me when she was in control with Hogan as well and Bischoff. I just found myself slowly, not interested in the product. Did come back in and been watching since Aces and Eights. That sort of storyline took itself in there. And alright, Impact has improved over the last 12 months watching with the likes of Decay, Eli Drake, and of course the broken brilliance of Matt Hardy with Brother Nero. But of course, a lot of people are aware that of course Matt Hardy is writing a lot of his own material, so there's that necessarily coming down to the brain thoughts of Dixie Carter. It doesn't always seem so. So for me personally, I'm kind of glad that she's not involved with the decision making anymore within Impact. I'm happy to see Jeff Jarrett back in there. Of course, perhaps when he was a performer, maybe he was a bit selfish at times in TNA's early days, but he's always done his best to put the company first and really sort of give it some really bright spots, and perhaps a lot of TNA's best times have been under him. So I'm glad to see he's involved with the company once again, and I think it's good things with him there. Also with Dutch Mantell as well in the creative, and I do think the creative are doing a better job in recent times in Impact Wrestling. So I'm looking forward to seeing where it's going to go forward in 2017. I think there is potential for a bit good year. I just think the Impact really as well could do with a couple more star-powered names, perhaps actually bring in a couple of new people to improve maybe the X division, maybe the tag team division. I think that that would really boost the company. I'm not really a big fan of the Grand Championship. I would prefer a mid-card title, a normal mid-card title. Even if it was under the same name but without these sort of rounds concepts, it just doesn't work and connect for me. And I do think that the audience disconnect as well. I think a lot of people just kind of think, okay, round 1, round 2, not interested, only interested if it goes to a round 3. And of course, if there is a pinfall between, it just kind of feels like it was a nothing kind of match, really. So for me personally, I would ditch the Grand Championship idea. But I'd like to know your thoughts in the comments below with the latest TNA news coming out. What do you think? Do you think the Hardys and Galloway will re-sign? Do you want them to re-sign? What do you feel with Dixie Carter, with Jeff Jarrett as well? How do you feel about TNA Creative right now? Do you think the creative is going in a good direction, or do you think that they could improve in areas? And if so, where do you think? Let me know in the comments below. But so you've been watching here, SCW The Wrestling Channel. Subscribe right now, leave in the comments in below. Hit the bell on top for all updates which are coming up for you. There'll be some more videos over the weekend. Take care, and I will see you next time here on YouTube.com.